Well, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to enjoy a mermaid story. We've just begun the month of Mermaid, and this is where all the muses of the water tell me their tales, and I either paint them or write them or both. Years ago I did one that's always stayed with me. It was called Sadfish, and I have the original right here. There we go. And it was starting out as an innocent watercolor, a mermaid with the moon. But as the years went by, and the story that I wrote really stayed with me, I kept thinking, well, what would happen if I revisited this piece, maybe applying some of the visual storytelling skills that I kept garnering, the lessons I'd been learning? What if I told that story visually? Kept the same original tale, but something different for the eyes to see. Then last year, I finally took the journey, and it definitely took me places, and I am so happy to share it today. I don't think I've ever told the story of both of these together here, but now you get to see them. Two very different stories, and this is Sadfish. What follows is going to be a very strange tale. Maybe you'll see why it cloyed so effectively to my imagination. But regardless, I'm very excited to share it with you. And if you'd be interested in making a purchase of any of my creations, whether it's my originals or maybe some prints or merch, you can find a link in the description or just reach out. All right. Well, I think we know what time it is. I hope you enjoy this tale. I'm certainly thrilled to be sharing it with you. So, let's enjoy story time once again. Sadfish. The Sadfish knows the night's most powerful secret. It is a truth that we may take our entire lives to learn. To be alone with the moon is to never be alone. Here she weeps upon her strangely comforting man-made dock. She has come to love this steady float above the ocean. Hard to imagine that she could ever feel so at home on this odd structure. The feel of the old dry wood against her shimmering scales was once terrifyingly foreign. Now, it is strangely comforting. Hey, this dock is still miraculous to her. It never ceases to be so. She still sees the sunrise painting him shades of orange and pink and gold. He was that kind mariner who showed her with his outstretched hand what a suspension of weathered rope-lashed wood could offer. Support. She was 1 fathom above the water, yet it felt as though she were miles up into the unknown heavens, and she watched the current of her world hypnotically for a time. And the question bubbled up into her thoughts. How? Before she knew what was happening, she had asked him, how does one float above and yet remain so still on this dock? He surmised, surveying the weathered wood, rope, and gentle lapping of the waters, and tapping a sunburnt forefinger upon that dark, hairy chin of his. Well, we find things and we put them together. Understand? Yes. These are things you make. Yes. We use tools. Do you have tools? Things you use? I see you have an opposable thumb, like this. So you hold things, though I can't picture you with a hammer or a saw. This drew from him a hearty little laugh. The words hammer and saw placed no familiar ring to her ears, but she was startled and affected by his laugh. It made her smile to see him so happy in this moment. Mariners are a different breed from ordinary men, she thought. There is a freedom to them, a sense of adventure that a mermaid looks for in a mate. They aren't always deep, but oh, that's all right. The will to live and survive and play is strong within them. She noticed his nature change. He was growing contemplative now. Well, I suppose it'd be one of those mysterious proofs of magic connecting our worlds. It's like one of those unexplained miracles, at least I find it unexplained, that has you breathing water. It's like that for me. Oh, she thought a moment, trying fruitlessly to link the two examples together. Then, you mean it is held up by lung gills? She asked with half confusion. She took his confused look to realize this was not the answer. He took in the precious story of this quick realization on her face and felt charmed to the point of throwing his head back with a full belly laugh, which startled her for a moment. Then he wrapped his mighty arms around her and they had a good laugh together. Whatever his answer was going to be, it didn't matter any more now that the giggles overtook them. Then, he said, trying to calm his laughing self, maybe we agree not to learn too much about the how of things, right, kiddo? She couldn't stop laughing at her own embarrassing remark. Lung gills? Really? She kept replaying the moment in her head, her stupid words, his dumb look, their shared laughter. It was humiliating and funny and perfect. She clutched his shoulder and felt the muscles pulled taut with his hearty laugh. She traveled all over his weather-beaten neck and back with curious hands, like it was going to solve all the mysterious miracles of their wondrous worlds. And somehow it did. Her curiosity was appeased as she surrendered into his taut arms and tanned skin. Alas, she now sits on this very same dock, recalling that memory to the moon, who listens in sweet and silvery silence. The sad fish pours forth an ocean of feelings on the steady wood above her sea. Strange to need that feeling of steadiness. Her younger self might have thought, what does a fish like me want with steadiness? Ah, steady. Another thing she learned from her time with him. The word seemed man-made as well. Yet, are men not part of the sea world themselves? She knew this day was in the vast seas of her fate somewhere. Why does she fall upon the shore with a mortal only to outlast his life, his strength, his will, all of him as was foretold to her by all the herstories and mercenaries of her world? It never ends well. The moon listens and glows a strange, sanguine bright amid the sorrows of the sad fish. The great sky pearl radiates her sympathetic light. I find it prudent to state here that every being in this world is an ocean of moody waters and waves. Take care that you respect the moon's power over you, as this little sadfish does. The silvery goddess inspires music and creativity, and she also inspires patience, anger, killers, and love makers. When you are alone and you feel unloved, well, that is the perfect time to see how loved you are, like the shore caressed beneath the soothing tide. Be at peace in the rhythm of the way this has always been and will be. The huntress always finds lunar delights in the stories of old romantic memories. With a soft drizzle, she carries along the sad moments of the mermaid's pain, gently wetting her skin on this otherwise dry evening. "Why?" implores the fish, alone in the silvery dark, surrounded by a world of shadows that ring of blue sapphire. "And why am I doomed to be so afflicted with a love for mariners? They cannot outlast me, and so I am here again. Why does one who loves like I do live for such centuries? And why this? And why that? Whispers the weeping water creature. Because, whispers the silvery air. Because, smiles the pearl goddess across the gentle waters. It is all both steady and floating. You are breathing as above, so below. He is gone. He is here. You are alone with me, never and always. That is why. Because, gentle Sadfish, because. The breath of the ocean washes its gentle sound upon her ears. A ghost appears. She knows him well. Maybe we agree not to learn too much about the how of things. Right, kiddo? There is a silver ocean of understanding the Sadfish now feels within her. A rising tsunami of tears follows. The corners of her forlorn lips are curling upwards as the Sadfish is swimming in the vast and liquid moonlight. There is nothing quite like a Sadfish truly finding her deepest smile. Alone. Always. And never. The Sadfish knows the night's most powerful secret. It is a truth that we may take our entire lives to learn. To be alone with the moon is to never be alone. All right, well, that is Sadfish. I hope you enjoyed her story. Maybe you got some value from it. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for taking this little journey with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you'd like to own some of my creations, check out the link in the description. In the meantime, I'd love it if you hit that like button. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.